How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. I've got a mischievous little Hermes with me. That's him breathing into the into the mic. He keeps trying to climb on the desk, so he's gonna help me. But anyway, I hope you all are doing well with your little babies, your little fur babies, or non-fur babies. In this video, we're gonna be looking up. This is from the Dog Daddy, the DD, whatever, saying this is his own video putting out that he says Dog Daddy shuts up Zak George, which I don't think he shut him up at all. I think Zak George is just ignoring him and he threw a hissy fit. This was several months ago, but anyway, I'm just going to be reacting to this and seeing, if Dog Daddy even says anything. He's really just re-uploading Zak's reaction to Dog Daddy. So anyway, using all of this footage under Fair Use Act for education, criticism, I am transforming it, not just re-uploading it. Giving my opinion on it, so we'll see what happens.
I'm about to show a graphic video.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Trigger warning. Back
this
out
was from
now.
an old
This is from Dog Daddy.
live that Zak and Bree did over Dog Daddy when he was like, finally speaking out. Thank God too. Even if you're not religious, just thank you, Zak. I'm not saying Zak is God. I'm just saying thank you, universe. Thank you, Zak, for putting this out in the universe because he has a platform, a good platform to tell people. And he has a leg to stand on to tell people why this guy is so dangerous.
Okay, this is him working coincidentally with a dog named Zak, I guess.
I think it's not a coincidence.
So this guy has his dog already choking. He's so afraid and so much of a pussy, yeah, I'm saying it, Dog Daddy is a pussy, that he has to lasso this dog and choke it from 2 different points to be able to work with it.
He says, oh, this dog's aggressive. Let me immediately seize control of this dog.
And then, oh yeah, that doesn't work. This dog is trying to fight for its life, but let's jab it too in the face. Let's do that. And I always make fun of the clothing he wears. It's not really about the clothing, okay? You can dress however you want. If you're into a style, by all means, please do, go for it. But what I'm saying is that you look at the totality of circumstances. You look at all of this getup it's his brand. And he gets this, he has this brand of him that he's very fashionable and high taste, expensive taste, and this is how he treats the animal. So I don't care who you are. I don't care if you look like a hobo or if you look like this or you look like $1,000 million bucks. How you treat the animal is all I care about.
From this guy.
And he is just blatantly abusive. In public, choking animals.
On social media.
And Zak is 100% right. Zak George is right that he is the most problematic, I'm not even going to call him a dog trainer, just animal abuser in the name of training on social media, period. And people here, they cringe, they probably want to say something, but they don't know. They think that because he calls himself a dog trainer and because nobody else is calling him out, they're not going to. Good Lord, dude.
This is not how you deal with a fearful dog.
This is flooding. This is not literally choking. The dog is fighting for its life.
A dog who's behaving aggressively. That is a shut-down dog.
Thank you, Zak.
He's calling
this is stressed. Let's go back and show the stress signs. For people who don't know, long lips, whale eyes. This dog has been suffocating and fighting for its life. It's exhausted. Long, spatulate tongue. This is a stressed pant, not a happy dog. If you saw its tail was tucked the entire time, he's just hanging it, jerking it, popping it with a slip lead, with a prong collar, maybe. I'm going to assume prong collar in that. This dog is fighting for its life. He didn't teach it anything other than he put the fear of God into this dog, and it will only act that way when he's around, or when this much of a threat is around.
He's calling it training because the dog is in a physical position.
Exactly.
But look, that dog knows this guy's a psycho.
I'm at lots of words. This dog, he couldn't even tell it to sit without popping it. And the dog gave a lip lick because it's terrified of him. And to all those people, shout out to all the morons out there who are saying, have you ever even put a prong collar on? Actually, I have. I'm going to put a picture here or post the video where I walk into a prong collar of my own free will. I've had a shock collar on. I put those on myself to see how dogs feel. And I can't even tell you that's how dogs feel because dogs have thinner skin than we do. They are far more sensitive than we are. If we're just walking and we don't know how long this thing... Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Good boy. I did not expect that to hurt quite so much. Whew. Wow. Damn, that was my own doing of walking, and I really did not expect it to be that painful. Oh my lord. So to all the blind, ignorant, dangerous people out there that want to tell me that because I'm a woman, I like to follow my feelings. Yes, you know what? I am absolutely all for feelings. Feelings are valid. I will even say you are valid in how you feel about me. And there's feelings, how the dog feels. And there's also knowledge. This is not training. This is abuse. Until one day we get rid of tools like this guy will keep making, I'm sure, millions off of abusing animals. That's what it is.
And is going to go off on me if I dare do anything.
Oh,
and when
God,
you
this
do
poor
that
dog.
to a dog's emotional state and try to pass yourself off as a professional,
yeah.
you're a problem.
Absolutely. Amen to Zak. Absolutely. I'm so glad he's finally talking out about it. And you didn't shut anybody up, Dog Daddy. He shut you up. I mean, seriously, Zak George is so much better for not even responding to your nonsense other than saying, hey, PSA, this guy is dangerous and he's abusing animals and calling it training. Don't listen to him.
That's what I have to say about Dog Daddy.
Hello guys, Dog Daddy here, and I have a video that you guys have been asking for a very long time. Today I'm doing a follow-up with a dog that I trained.
So they still need a muzzle because you didn't do squat. The dog will still attack you without 2 leash points on. We don't know how far in the future this was that he was training this dog. He still has his sunglasses on. It's important not to have sunglasses when you're working with an animal. So to keep himself safe, he has the dog with a muzzle on. He still has a prong collar on. He's still going to be abusive. He's still going to choke the dog and flood the dog. But he's going to say, look, I get results. Nobody's saying you don't get results, dude. What we're saying is how you get them is far more important than the results themselves. If you only care about results, you're an idiot. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say to me or what you think. Okay, you're an idiot. If you only care about results and not how you get them, that is a very dangerous training tactic. I've turned people down. I don't care to turn people away if they want me to train like this. If they think this is so great, fine, go follow this guy. By all means, go subscribe to him, follow him, hire him. That is fine. I do not train like this. I will never train like this. I do not advocate for training like this.
There's only a second training session with a
The dog is just walking with a lip lick, prong collar, choke chain, terrified, leaning away from the guy on the end of this prong collar. It's very tight, very uncomfortable. Again, a muzzle on for his safety, so he can it's like handcuffing someone and then beating the shit out of them, or throwing, doing whatever you want to with them, basically. Smacking them with the ruler, saying, no, I'm teaching this child. Although I duct taped their mouth closed and tied their hands behind their back, so they can't hurt me. They can't fight back. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make it appear that this child, if this were a child, is learning.
I worked with. And you guys had just seen...
Oh, he has both on. So in case his prong collar fails, then he has the choke chain to choke the dog, and he can't get away from him.
Zak George criticizing the first...
This dog is still avoiding you. Stress panting, squinting eyes. They're looking away from you. They are terrified of you.
Training session with this dog. Let me give you guys some background
Lip
really
lick.
quick. This particular dog was so difficult to work with that the owner...
Looking at the owner, whale eyes from here. They're trying to please her. And soon they will be as dead broke as this dog. I mean, they have a horse that's just dead broke. I mean, they don't respond to anything. It's because of training like this. Flooding. This is not impressive. I don't call you a dog daddy. I just call you douche, okay? That's just me. I know that's not professional. I don't care. This is not... I mean, the dog learned to avoid him. If you want this to be training, fine. There's not just these two options. When people think that there's only two options, and they say it's this or the dog dies, that's not realistic. That is their perception. That's their perspective. That's what they are putting into the world, is they only see it this way or death. That's the way Dog Daddy and people like him will fearmonger you and gaslight you into thinking you can only use this abusive tactic, follow me, or your dog will die. There's so many other options in between this. It's not just this or die. If anybody tells you it's this or the dog will be put down, they're an idiot. Get a second opinion. Get a third opinion. Do research. This is not okay. This is not even a viable solution. It is for the human, not for the dog. And one day, when this muzzle isn't on, this dog will react, whether it redirects on the human and it's put down for that, or it redirects on another dog where it just goes crazy and just loses its mind. I've worked with dogs just like this, and when the person was so heavy-handed with the shock collar, and they made this dog, they alpha rolled them, and they made this dog terrified. One day the dog just snapped, and the dog had to be put down because it was safer for the humans and the dog. Otherwise, it would have been just locked up in a crate all day. Rest in peace, Huevos. I love you so much. He looked actually a lot like this. I cried that day. For the dog and of course the humans as well.
Could never get a muzzle on him. He would redirect towards them and bite them. They could never imagine having him around any other person.
Okay, so whenever you take this prong collar off and you try to go back after a while of not using this, then you're going to have the same issue. The dog is only doing this because you basically have a gun up to his head. Not literally, but might as well. He cannot teach this dog without having a prong collar, without protecting himself with the muzzle on, without all of this nonsense. So many people, I'm not even going to say myself. I can, but so many other trainers out there and owners that aren't even quote-unquote trainers. They don't call themselves trainers, but they're better than most people who call themselves a professional, although he's not. They can get this dog walking out here on a harness with no muzzle, nothing on their throat, just a loose leash, and some treats, or a ball, or the dog's favorite squeaky toy, or just letting the dog go on the beach and sniff. So,
or dog.
I'm not going to show any more of this idiot's video showing any more of this distressed dog, because there's no point. He's just going to show the same thing. I'm going to be talking about the same thing over and over. I don't want to show any more of his video than I need to promote him any more than I already have. I'm here because Zak did an amazing job. Good on you, Zak. Seriously, please, keep doing what you're doing. Everybody else who is, talking out against this guy, it's not enough to just show what we do. We have to speak out. We don't have to. I'm not going to say you have to do anything, but I feel like to really make a difference, that's why I do this. Because I want to show you what he's really doing versus what he tells you he's doing. He's a liar. He's a snake oil salesman. He's straight up abusing this animal, but because nobody else wants to call him out on it because of their fear of backlash, then the dogs keep getting abused. And the owners are just following what he says. They pay him $400 for 15 minutes? It's just, you have the right to take back consent at any point with myself, with any other trainer, so-called quote-unquote trainer, just like your dog has the right to remove themselves from a situation. They have the right, believe it or not, they should, they do, we just don't allow it. Dogs have a right, at least with me, to remove consent of touching. If they come up to me and I start petting them and they walk away, they're free to walk away. I'm not going to force myself on them in any way, shape, or form. Even my own Shiba. Up until Adonis passed, he could do whatever he wanted to. And it didn't make him a spoiled brat, because I respected him. Did he have boundaries? Absolutely. We have to. Otherwise, he would rule the world on his own, or he would think he would. He'd get himself in a lot of trouble. Little cheeky little bugger. Man, I love him. But, Adonis would have a field day with this moron. He'd run circles around him. But, anyway, that's that. I've gone on enough of a tangent. Very hyper today. Anytime I'm talking about this stupid guy. So, yes, just know that anytime you were working with anyone, as a client, as a person, an individual, you have the right to remove consent. You have the right to say, don't touch my dog. We're done. We're leaving. You may or may not get a refund, but that's, within the contract or whatever you guys talk about. But you can still leave. You can say, I don't want to use this on my dog. You're not going to use it. If that's all he can use, then either request a refund or go to somebody else. Talk about your experience if you want to. But the consent of saying yes and no, you always have that. And never forget that you can tell them, I don't want to do this. And trust your dog when your dog says, I don't like this. It's okay for them not to like it. You can teach them to accept scary things. It's a process. It's not an event. So anyway, we're going to end that there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I do appreciate it. Hermes has now gone back to sleep in my sock drawer. I love you all so much. Thank you again for the kind messages you leave me every day. I mean, you guys make me tear up every day with just the little comments you leave about Adonis. He is home. I have his little urn, his little box. I'll be trying to put a video up about that, soon. If I haven't already, to show you guys that he is home. Thanks again. Go give your little critters some kind of loving. Say hi for me. I promise I won't be loud and scary. I'm happy to say hi to your little babies. And until next time, stay positive.